Chapter 54. Hanada's Pav. Today is the big meeting with the church officials. I am currently waiting for the Pope to show up, who is actually just Louis in disguise. We're both a little tired after finally managing to convince Luminous of the fact our thoughts on the invitation are correct. Roy was as useless in that regard as normal. However, both of them have gotten stronger in this short amount of time while I've struggled to grow more. I know I'm close to becoming a saint, but I still haven't broke through yet. Even so, I still believe I'm the strongest human in the West. But if that's true, then we humans still have much growth to have before we can even rival the old demon lords. This meeting I'll be using to get the other 10 saints to see things my way. After all, Rahiam has brought a message to me, though apparently it will likely be tampered with according to Lady Luminous. She was told such a thing by Rimuru before he returned and recommended that I use the opportunity to expose the 7 days clergy for myself. I think he was asked to by my sensei, and that's why he even bothered to help me. Of course it's just a hunch, however. But as everyone entered the room and sat down, I began the meeting. Hanada, now that everyone is here, we can discuss the topic of why you were all asked to come today. The topic is about the ascension of a new demon lord and the revival of the storm dragon mostly. However, there is a third unconfirmed item I wish to address as well. Sire, a third topic. What could be considered as important as those 2 pieces of information? Hanada, the possible return of the void dragon. Renard, Lady Hanada, are you saying there is merit to the rumors of its return? The legendary possible 5th true dragon. Hanada, yes, there is. Sire, did you come here to just lie to us, Hanada? There are only 4 true dragons that exist, and one of them has been gone for centuries. Wouldn't it be more likely that the one that died years ago simply revived itself instead of a new one? I guess you are still as bad at your job as before, with you allowing the revival of Veldora and the birth of a new demon lord as well. Renard, you watch your words, sire. Lady Hanada moves only for the will of our goddess Luminous. Besides, you have no right to criticize her when you did nothing either. Hanada, enough both of you. Sire, if you wish to take my seat from me, simply beat me in a duel. If not, be quiet and stop doing such pointless things like that during such meetings as this. Sire, TCH. That's right, sire, you know you're weaker than I am. Don't be causing such a ruckus during such an important meeting. Though I expect he won't be the only one to interrupt the meeting. Hanada, now shall we continue? As no one interrupted me again, we continued the meeting. Hanada, now Lytus, can you tell us what you found in your investigations? Lytus, of course, Lady Hanada. As everyone here knows, I was sent to investigate Tempest and discover how it was run and if the story of Veldora's revival was true. Even if it is the domain of the new demon lord, the daughter of the ruler of the country, Lord Rimuru Tempest. Most monsters worship him as a god as well. I even heard that our own goddess Luminous works for him. Some of the merchants even said if the rumors about him being the void dragon are true, then it would be correct, as in the doctrine it states that the void dragon is the highest in the ranks of gods. I still am not sure if it's true, however, as I never saw the dragon anywhere nearby or sense his presence. I actually had the same problem with Veldora as well. Since the cave he was sealed and was put under guard, I couldn't get close. As I went in disguise as a merchant, I was surprised by how many other merchants also came to Tempest. Grigori, did they not fear the demon lord who lives there? Wouldn't the magical counts be too high for average humans to go there? Lytus, less fear and more likely they never notice their presence. The magical count is low enough that normal people can come and go freely. It also helps that the roads are paved and are guarded by patrols often enough that it's very safe to even travel there without an armed escort. Renard, this sounds like an impossibility. Not even we can get such safety in our own borders. How do they lower the concentration of magicals so much? Lytus, when I asked a guard about it, they told me it had to do with devices placed in measured distances to absorb the magicals from the air to help lessen the amount. They also said it would help make it harder for monsters to spawn as well. Hanada, enough of that. What about the guards themselves? Lytus, all strong around the strength of AB rank adventure at least. I heard the main army is even stronger, my multiple magnitudes of power, and that's what I was told by them willingly. Sire, what do you mean magnitudes stronger? Higher than B rank is impressive enough. Most of our soldiers rarely make it to a rank as is. Lytus, well from what I heard from rumors. She seemed to be having a hard time putting the words together. They apparently have 1 demon lord seed in every province under their rule as a bare minimum. With the confirmation I also got of personally seeing the old demon lords Carrion and Frey in Tempest, I believe this to be very likely true. However, that wasn't the most surprising thing I heard while there. Fritz, more surprising than having multiple demon lord seeds in one country. What the hell could it be? Lytus, well, from what I heard in the rumors of the residents of the country, if you become strong enough to be considered worthy, then the god of the land will grant you a seat as a god in the pantheon. He will give you divinity and awaken you to your full potential. It sounded like to me the ruler of the place can awaken other demon lord seeds to become true demon lords. I think it's true as well. Glenda, oh yeah, and how is that so? Did you see the ruler of the place and lie about not seeing him? Lytus, no, not at all. It has to do with the old demon lords Carrion and Frey, like I told you about before. Hinata, did something happen to them both? Lytus, yes, when I first arrived they seemed as strong as demon lord seeds as we all knew them to be. But before I left I saw them again and they gave off an entirely new feeling. Like they had evolved somehow. Sare, HMPH, it must have been an illusion or something. Not even Guy Crimson is known for doing something so ridiculous. Lytus, it wasn't an illusion. Undine told me as much. She also told me something that scared me even more. She said as she started to shiver in her boots. Hinata, what is it, Lytus? What is so frightening that even you would be afraid like this? It is concerning already that it's likely multiple demon lords live in Tempest, but now it seems like they can all be awakened as well. What is Rimaru's goal in doing this? So much power will only cause fear and chaos to spread. Lytus, well, on my last day she told me she sensed many powerful individuals in the city. Each of them was a spirit of great power beyond even Undine's abilities. Sare, stronger than even a greater spirit. They must be all of superior level at the least then. But that isn't too concerning. Lytus, who said they were just of the superior level? Renard, you don't mean? Lytus, yes, all of them are believed to be of the lord level or greater. A loud murmur and many discussions went on at once inside the room. I didn't even know this much about Tempest, so I'm glad that Lytus was helping my future case unintentionally. Eventually I decided to end their talks and some of their bickering as well. Hinata, silence. You are in the presence of the Pope, compose yourselves. After that they all sat back down and returned themselves to a listening posture. Hinata, good. Now, continue, Lytus. She bowed her head as she continued to brief everyone again. Lytus, so as I was saying, lord level or higher at the least. At least over 8 of them were sensed by Undine. But she told me there was 2 more types of presences there as well. Glenda, okay, this is just getting ridiculous. What else could possibly be in one country? Hinata, be quiet, Glenda. Let her finish. Just because you can't believe it doesn't mean it's untrue. Besides, there are worse things ever in that country than high-level spirits already. Things like true dragons and true demon lords. This is likely just the tip of the iceberg. Lytus, well, she told me she sensed many demons in that country as well as angels. Sare, that is a problem. Perhaps he is the cause of the angel attacks every 500 years then. Hinata, maybe, but I'd like to hear what the estimate of their rank is at least. Lytus, unfortunately I'm not sure. But we did sense hundreds of them around the level of a greater demon at the least. The others are all at that level or higher. I'd say many of the other species are of the same rank as that as well. Grigori, are you seriously telling me one nation has that much power? What can we even do against such a potential force? Hinata, not much, which is why I plan to do a second investigation of Tempest. I think we still need more information before we make a decision. Especially since from what I know, Tempest also has powerful humans living there as well. One is even the old champion once known as the Conqueror of Flames. Lytus, I heard similar things while I was there as well. I even saw one of them and they felt as strong as you or Lady Hinata. Lewis, this situation is sounding more and more beyond our capabilities. I agree with the head captain in that we should gain more intelligence before making any moves. I was surprised that Lewis spoke up. Usually he leaves these situations to me mostly. It seems he sensed how bad our situation had become in just a few days. Perhaps I can put a nail in the coffin by calling in Rayheim right now. Hinata, this intel is well and good, but we have one more perspective to listen to. I have called upon Rayheim of Falmouth to tell us what happened on the day of Veldora's return. Especially since the story sounds fabricated in some way. Sare, I agree, we should hear his story at least. If we're lucky, all of this is just wrong and all of it is a fabrication to make us all afraid. After we called in Rayheim, a guard that was to bring him in came to speak with me in my ear unexpectedly. Guard, Lady Hinata, Rayheim isn't alone. Another person has come with him as well. Hinata, a monster. Guard, no, a human. He seems to be his guard. Rayheim says he won't come to speak to you without him. Hinata, fine, bring them both then. The guard then turned and went out the door. Renard, is something wrong, Lady Hinata? Hinata, not yet at least. It seems that Rayheim has a new guard with him as well. He wouldn't come meet us without him. Glenda, this might complicate our plans a bit. Lytus, odd. Soon enough Rayheim was brought in with his guard. Rayheim was scared, looking around the room in fear. His clothes while still fitting of his station felt like they were looser than I remember them being. He looked like he had aged a few years, likely owing to his recent experiences. His guard wore odd armor. It looked more advanced than any I'd ever seen before. It also had the number and letter of Noble 6 and had a necklace made of metal that looked to be dog tags. I looked closer and read the code of B312 and under that a date I wasn't expecting to see. 2537, blank, so it seems he is from the future. Not only that, but he was a soldier as well. It is unlikely he is weak at all then. It's made even worse because I can't possibly know how strong he could be. Nearly 500 years into the future could have his training being more advanced than any I've ever seen before. But beyond that he wasn't armed at least. But his armor did cause a stir among the holy knights here. Rayheim, Archbishop Rayheim is here to answer your summons. Hinata, thank you for coming Rayheim. Can you tell us what you know about the battle with Tempest's forces? Rayheim, of course I can. After he said that 5 bright lights appeared into the room and 5 individuals appeared. Some of the 7 days clergy came to the meeting. Renard, who are you? And why have you intruded on this meeting? He said while reaching for his weapon. Hinata, at ease Renard. They are members of the 7 days clergy. Sire, the legendary figures of long ago, here in the flesh. Nobody has seen them in a long time. Do you know them Hinata? Hinata, yes I do. However they are not supposed to be here. Why have you intruded on this meeting? Clergy member, we wished to hear this man's story. What kind of new threat has appeared in the world is something we wish to know about. Hinata, fine, I guess that much can be allowed. Did you have to make such a dramatic entrance? You could have just walked in, you know. But it doesn't matter I guess. Rayheim, please do continue. Rayheim, oh yes, of course. Where was I? Oh, the start of what happened that day. You could say we had angered a great threat we shouldn't have, we had helped birth a new demon lord all because of our greed. He then went on to describe the slaughter that took place. The beams of light that killed most of the army and how even Lord Folgan couldn't withstand the attack. Clergy member, it sounds like the magic ability of Gran the Sun Luminary. But it should have been blocked by the anti-magic area put up and if not the defensive spells of the army. This sounds at least easy enough to deal with. Rayheim, that wasn't all however. After that the battlefield suddenly went silent. Sire, silent, what do you mean by that? Rayheim, exactly what I said. Everyone there but me, the king and Lord Raisin died. Just dropped dead all at once. Lytus, good God, what could have caused such a thing? No one answered her question. All were silent for a bit and were processing this new information. Hinata, so was it the ruler of the country who attacked you then? Rayheim, no, it was one of his daughters. She was the one who became a demon lord. Renard, one of his daughters. Rayheim, he has 4 daughters currently. 2 of them are demon lords currently on the council. I'm sure you have heard of the first one, Milam Nava the Destroyer. Sire, what a load of horse shit. You're telling me that the Milam willingly became his daughter? Hinata, so it was true then. Sire, Hinata, my old sensei, Shizu told me he adopted her as well. I just couldn't believe it at the time, but if Rayheim is saying so I can believe it. Glenda, wait, so there are 2 demon lords living in Tempest? Hinata, well if everything of what my sensei told me is true then it's worse than that. It's the thing I have been waiting to tell you all. Sire, well, go on then and tell us. Hinata, I don't know if I should. I can kind of emphasize with you Rayheim now. Those demons there must have been a sight to behold. Rayheim, yes Lady Hinata, I saw them all there. Hinata, wait, all of them? Rayheim, yes, all of them are named by Rimuru Tempest. He has even evolved some of them last I heard. Along with him having 3 demon lords that sit on the council living in his nation. Some of the individuals who live there are even just as strong as the other council members. Tempest is multiple demon lords living there and more every day join their cause. I beg you not to fight with them or we will all die. Everyone was silent after that. We'll all but one person. Hinata, Is that all then? Rayheim, if you mean the end of my story then yes. But I do have a message to deliver to you from the ruler of Tempest, the Void Dragon. Renard, so there are 2 true dragons living there. This situation is well beyond our control. Sire, look at you all cowering in fear of the name alone. Aren't we all just as strong as Demon Lord ourselves? Have some pride, why don't you? Hinata, you didn't understand what Rayheim said at the end, did you, Sire? Sire, what do you mean? Hinata, the demons that are living in Tempest, all of the primordial demons are a part of them. That includes Guy Crimson. Sire, that's just a lie, right? No. Finally the unknown individual spoke that came in with Rayheim. It was said to be his guard, but I knew better. It was the person my sensei told me was stronger than me and her together. Renard, explain, guard, how you could possibly know what he said is true. Noble 6, I am Noble 6. I work for the great god Lord Rimuru. I was assigned to guard Rayheim and ensure the message he brought with him isn't tampered with. If it is, then I will tell you what the message truly is. Glenda, who would dare to tamper with a message of a true dragon? Only a fool would do such a thing. Noble 6, I'm glad you know yourself so well then. Glenda, ha, Noble 6, only a fool would go against our ruler. Unfortunately there are a few of them that exist in the world, surprisingly. Most are a part of this church even. Like you for instance, he said, pointing to Sare. You say you are as strong as a demon lord, but that is only up to demon lord seeds. You aren't a saint yet, so it's impossible for you to fight a true demon lord. Only true heroes can do such a thing, as it was designed to be by Veldanava long ago. You young kids just don't know the true ceiling of power, which is why you have the gall to say such things. Like you think greater and superior spirits are impressive things to wield. But in Tempest such power is what our civilians use all the time. Sare, bullshit, I'll beat you and prove what you say is all false. Noble 6, fool, I can beat you by not even fighting you. He then put a barrier around Rayheim and then unleashed his hockey. It completely knocked out many of the saints in the room and made the rest of us unable to move. Including me. Noble 6, what, can't even stand, can you? If this is all it takes to incapacitate you, then you will never be able to defeat a true demon lord, let alone a decent demon lord seed. You all most likely rely too much on those unique skills you have. But to the truly strong, unique skills are nothing but trash. I'd recommend you all not do anything that causes all of Tempest to look at you negatively if you wish to not be erased entirely. Clergy member, True heroes hockey, but how did this guy get something only Gran has ever had? Noble 6, now that you all have had a taste of my strength, know that when I say all of the primordial demons are under Tempest's command, I mean it. Better still, they all came willingly. Now Rayheim, show them the recording. Rayheim then nodded his head and showed us the message of Rimuru Tempest, the Void Dragon. It was neither a challenge nor a threat. Just asking us to be smart and work with us. He even used our own doctrine against us, saying that attacking Tempest was against our own scriptures. Which is true, since he is considered of a higher rank than Lady Lumius in the religion. He even went so far as to flat out say he named our goddess himself long ago. In the end he asked for us to agree to not harm his nation, and if we really wanted to fight him, then just don't involve the innocent and he'd fight us himself. Or he'd have Guy do it for him. After the message concluded, Rayheim and Noble 6 left the room as their part was done. Everyone else just stayed silent for a good few minutes, trying to think of a way to get themselves out of this situation. Clergy member, this is all a blatant bluff. I will seek our goddess's help in making a decision with the rest of the clergy. They all quickly left after that, clearly frightened by the power they were shown. Glenda, I'm so going to get killed. He told me straight up that Tempest knows I'm a traitor to the faith. I'll need to talk to Graham after this meeting. Hinata, nothing has changed then. Renard, I beg your pardon Lady Hinata, but everything has changed. An enemy just managed to walk right into our headquarters and could have possibly killed us all. Worse still, he confirmed all our fears were true and that we have no hope of winning against Tempest. Sare, I'm with Hinata on this one actually. Grigori, well, this is a surprise. You actually agreeing with the captain. Sare, well, we knew some of it is likely true, but what if that individual is actually the strongest person in Tempest? Then we'd be getting the wool pulled over our eyes in fear. So I agree in that we should send someone to further investigate Tempest. Hinata, I thank you for being for once, smart Sare. Sare, shut it, you witch. Hinata, oh, do you need further training perhaps? Sare, no, I'm good. But I'll volunteer to go investigate Tempest. Hinata, actually, I was planning to go by myself as I have a reason to. Renard, I don't agree to this, Lady Hinata, it's too dangerous. Hinata, enough. I will go since I need to apologize anyway for attacking him in the first place. It's a perfect reason to also stay and investigate for a while as well. Lytus, but, Hinata, no buts, I'm going and that's final. I want the rest of you to stay and continue to protect our people along with watching to see how the unfolding events in Falmouth go. Knights, yes Captain. Lewis, Knight Captain. Hinata, yes. Lewis, go to Tempest and do what you must. But do return safely, we can't afford to lose any assets right now when Tempest has grown so powerful so quickly. Hinata, I understand and thank you for agreeing with me. The rest of the chaotic meeting was with more mundane reports about Falmouth and its current brewing civil war. After that we dispersed ourselves and returned to our duties. I started to pack my things to travel to Tempest and ask Rimuru what he did to my sensei and to possibly apologize to him if my hunch was wrong. Little did I know that the old fools had other plans they wished to enact on my visit to Tempest. To be continued.